Go. So that's on. Got to turn on OBS.
Ooh.
And then we got to turn on Garfield Kart.
We could do golf with your friends, too.
I'm not going to... Well, we could. That's definitely an option. But Garfield Kart. It's a game... Actually, do you want to play Garfield Kart or do you want me to?
Well, I guess I can start out playing it.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Aaron, and this is my guest Owen. He's a good friend of mine. We've been talking quite a bit recently, and this is one of the two games that we have, I would say, bonded over.
Yeah.
It's... I'm going to turn down the volume.
No, you gotta do your daily challenge.
You're right, I gotta do my daily challenge. Do you want Harry with the chef hat?
That is perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, we've been playing this game quite a bit as of recent, and it's a really fucking fun kart racer game. But, basically it's just Mario Kart, but a little bit more jank and some really cool designed items. And it's really fun. I got it for $1. I convinced Owen to buy it for $1, and this is just what we've been playing for a decent amount. I think you have, like, what, a good 12...
like 20 hours.
20 hours into the game?
Yeah, I put 12 hours on it in the first 24 hours I had it, so that tells you about the mindset I'm in right now.
Okay. I have put in about 10 hours in this game because I have more of a life than you do, but that's because I work and you have school.
Yeah.
So... yeah, this is my friend. We were originally going to play this motocross game from my childhood. It was like this 1998 game. It was this motocross game, and it was like shitty graphics, but I really wanted to play it. But it literally just doesn't work. Like, I can't even download it.
The download servers are not configured to work.
Yeah. So, that's going to get refunded. And that's where we are now. So, okay, you have this list here. And you're gaming right now, so I'll read off the list. So this is a list of things that he wanted to talk about, because my list was like considerably shorter and more depressing, not really suitable for Garfield Kart. So he wanted to talk about favorite Mario character, watching speedruns before playing games, what I want in a speedrun. Don't talk about Danganronpa. I'll talk about Danganronpa to explain why he doesn't want to talk about it. Wario World, RPGs. Works better if Dark Souls or New Vegas. I'm guessing that's like...
Yeah, those are the options for the game.
Right, I'm guessing that's what you wanted to play. But...
I didn't care.
Okay. New anime sword fighter in Smash. This list was written like...
We don't know if it was Sephiroth or Pyra that just came out.
Right, so this like... You clicked off. Good job. That's Audacity.
Oh no!
Feat Audacity. So, I like that statement because it truly is timeless. There will always be a new anime sword fighter in Smash.
There will.
So, also mutual friends. Podcast most excited for. I have no idea what you mean by that.
Which podcast are you most excited for? Like,
like who do I want to interview?
Yeah.
Being a fan of the format. I'm guessing like this kind of idea.
Yeah.
Liking small town. You grew up in a small town. You look outside.
Yeah,
I grew up.
We briefly mentioned that in the call one day that we both kind of like living here.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to not live in a city where people mug you.
Just a little.
Video game donkey. Chaos. I presume the Sonic character.
Of course. No, just in general. I don't remember why I put that there. I don't remember what in specific I was referring to.
Chaos.
Chaos. I missed that drift. I'm restarting.
The speedrunner's dilemma. Women in general. A crossover episode. Me N like the letter N. Scott.
Yeah.
Fun
like
in.
It's in the slur.
Fun in Risk. I presume Risk of Rain, a game you've been spending.
No, like just Risk. Like general.
Oh,
like how
okay.
Risk can be fun.
Oh, okay. The golden age of source games. What's a source game?
Like Half-Life, Gary's Mod.
Oh, you mean the engine. Okay.
Yeah.
Drug laws versus no drug laws.
That's from Evan's podcast.
I believe in you. You can get copper rank on this.
I have planned on this, I swear to God. On my copy of Garfield Kart.
Yeah, on my copy of Garfield Kart, I unlocked Mario. You have to do all this abstract stuff to unlock them, and only I have them. Yeah.
Your dad works for Nintendo.
Yeah, something like that. Also, you should probably, like, after this time trial, like, do a Grand Prix just so you can show off some of the items.
No.
Okay, fair enough. The next topic is religion and mistranslation of the Golden Rule. And the next topic is what is success, and also define friendship. So with all that in mind, Owen, me reading your list, what do you want to talk about?
I really like Garfield Kart. It's a very good game, and as you can see, I actually missed that drift there, so now I'm thinking about death. Like, I'm just really anticipating the moment that I take my last breath.
True.
And honestly, at this point, I wouldn't even be that upset if it happened right now. Okay, I'm ahead of the UFC.
Wait, okay, go off the edge and, like, I want to see if it like fades.
Yeah, it does. Like,
that's amazing.
It's paused right now.
That's actually funny. Okay, let's restart.
We can go to if I fuck this up again, we're gonna go to a Grand Prix.
Okay, so the items in this game, I'll explain them more in depth when we actually like play and use them. But every item in this game has like multiple uses aside from not even objectively. I think the worst item being like this game's version of the Thunderbolt.
The UFO also doesn't have multiple uses, but it's still like more interactive than the blue shell.
Yeah. So, anyways, goodness, your phone fell.
Does not work.
No, so I bought, or my sister, somebody got me this pineapple thing that's supposed to hold up your phone. It's kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just exists, and it doesn't work. So now this is like the third, I have like, I think 3 different pineapples in my room. One of them might have been taken by my dog. No, I see it over there. What's up?
He just wanted it.
So I actually had, I'm pretty sure the third pineapple thing was this lip balm that somebody got me for Christmas, and he ate that. He devoured it.
Mere milliseconds, it was gone.
It wasn't milliseconds because I kept him from it for a while, but like, he eventually got it. He eventually just came into my room and devoured this pineapple that was given to me as a Christmas gift.
You should shoot him.
I think that's a little bit of an over-exaggeration.
Maybe, but like...
I should train him to attack people, but like, hump their legs.
Yeah, attack isn't like, haha, go get him, haha.
Yeah, haha. Good boy. Assaulting someone. Haha. Are you ahead of the spaceship?
By a good margin, it's the bronze
Right,
medal.
it's copper. Actually, yeah, bronze is probably better.
Yeah.
In this regard. Oh, that clutch.
Tech.
True. Okay, so I guess we can talk about favorite Mario character.
Yeah.
I have 2, and both of them are kind of like, they can be seen as meme picks, but I have legitimate reason for liking both of them. So do you want to say yours first, or do you want me to go mine?
I don't actually remember what I had in mind for that one.
Okay. Well, I guess that means I'm talking first.
I'll think about it for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, we got Cutie Pie Crown. So, my top 2 favorite characters are Waluigi and Funky Kong.
Okay.
So, Waluigi, I legitimately do like, because he's like the ultimate underdog. Don't get me wrong, meme potential, amazing. Or horrible, depending on your take on him.
Oh, it's just dreadful. It's just the worst. It ain't even
He's
funny.
like, he has that Sans meme style, where it's like, it's funny because it's not.
Even.
It's like, you want to break the ice.
Sans
in
is
the worst.
in Smash Bros. Is the difference.
Well, I mean,
Sans has potential aside from meme potential.
Okay, fair enough. But like, I legitimately do want a Waluigi game. Like, I don't. You having trouble there, buddy?
I drifted the wrong way. Wait, yo, I didn't.
You already used your spring, I think.
No, I didn't. But now it's gone.
You're really showing. Oh, okay, you have it back. So the spring in this game gives you like a jump. Like in Mario Kart Wii, you can do tricks off of ramps and such if you get high enough height. But in this game, you don't have the ability to do tricks. So you can just kind of. You can just use the spring to jump. So I'll point it out when my compatriot actually decides to use his spring. But it has another option as well. you can throw it behind you.
Like that.
I was referring to, like, I was hoping you would jump with it.
Well, I don't like you.
Fair enough. So the spring, you can actually, like, that ramp that we just saw, or that, like, alternative way we just saw, is only accessible by the spring. And there are various shortcuts in the game that you can only use by spring, and some of which are absolutely insane to actually use.
You know what I just did is how Paul Walker died?
What?
I was looking at where you were pointing, and then I fucking slammed into the wall.
Okay. So I do want a Waluigi game, because I just, like, he's an underutilized character who's by far one of the most popular Mario characters.
Popular is a joke. Nobody actually wants that. Only you want that.
I disagree. I think people who think similar to me want that. And
nobody actually thinks similar to you.
Well, why do you think Waluigi became a joke in the first place?
Because he's stupid and useless.
That's like half of the Mario cast, but they're not memes.
Okay, but like, they kinda are. Wow. What I hate.
You're doing terrible.
I'm pretty hateful right now.
You're
honestly.
doing terrible.
I'm making a fool of myself.
Is
not,
it just like...
Not as bad as Garfield. Look at Garfield.
Yeah, look at Garfield. He's in dead last.
He is. I might be able to catch up here, though. Like, if I just...
Probably not, if you play good.
Probably not, but like...
No, you're done. You missed that. No. There's no way.
Yeah. I hope the mic picks up like the dull slaps from me punching my leg. Oh, I got off again. Oh.
Welcome back, Audacity.
Damn, he driving like me.
True.
Can't find the fucking...
It's on screen.
It's all horrible.
So my other favorite character is Funky Kong, because he's just a cool guy.
Okay.
He was like my main in Mario Kart Wii. Both because he is like the best character in Mario Kart Wii, and also because I really like him. That's why he's my favorite.
Yeah. So, my favorite Mario character... You know, I almost said Kirby.
I thought you were going to go with Garfield, honestly.
I didn't think about it because I thought Mario meant Nintendo for a second, but that is not the case, as a matter of fact. So let me go back to thinking about it. If I had to choose, it'd probably be Wario.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that is what my original intention was, considering the Wario world entry on that.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
This
map sucks.
This agony.
I'm not
the
gonna...
amount of pain I would put the person who made this through.
In all honesty, I don't think like the game got tested like all the maps, because if it did, that like indent there would not get past anything.
Never.
You want me to play X-Rays? You seem to be struggling.
I'm struggling, but it's because I'm not used to the triggers on this controller at all.
Oh, fair enough, okay.
And it is scaring me every single time they like tilt a little bit. Because they're angled outward, and I don't know why a controller would ever choose to have that be a thing.
That's just how the Xbox is.
So okay, maybe I have like a bum-ass, what do you call it? Third hand. My power up ended right as I got on that rough spot.
Sucks, doesn't it? Okay. You're struggling so bad.
Okay, so yeah, Wario would probably be my favorite.
Okay.
And that's both because, well, before the Alpharad video, nobody really knew that WarioWare was like god tier game. Like easily one of the best games on the GameCube.
Okay. And
aside from that, it's also Wario's this funny onion stinky man. Okay.
I think that actually happened to me before.
Aaron gave me one directive at the start of this episode, and it was to not say slurs. How is a man supposed to avoid that when shit like that happens?
Yo, how are you supposed to avoid the heated gamer moments?
Yeah, the epic gamer, a bridge moment almost, one could say.
So, okay, I haven't even talked...
I'm furious.
There's quite a bit that happened in that segment. So, for starters, the power-up
I'm furious.
The power-up that Owen currently has right now is by far the sickest power-up in the game. If you hit the opponent with your power-up, you throw it like a shell, basically. And if you hit the opponent with it, you swap places with them, where they are now. And so that can be used for like some insane plays, like you fall off the cliff and you launch somebody, and so they fall off the cliff while you
That's never happened to me before this very moment.
I haven't seen that either. But hey, it's a learning experience for us both.
I'm in agony.
At least you're in third. Which is better than, what, sixth, fifth? One of the two? Okay. I'll play the game. Yeah, you can take your phone back.
So yeah, it's Wario. I also really like WarioWare. WarioWare is... I feel like Nintendo has heavily squandered that game.
I feel like Nintendo's heavily squandered a lot.
F-Zero.
F-Zero, Ice Climbers. Well, probably not Ice Climbers, but like... I want a new Ice Climbers game.
Modern F-Zero could be insane. Like, they can make it go so fast because, like, the hardware could literally handle it better.
Right.
Like, they could have an F-Zero game in 1 foot, like, with a high refresh rate, even though I have no clue if the Switch even supports that. That's another thing about Nintendo. Imagine the amount of money they would make if they put some of their games on PC.
If they made, like, quality business decisions?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's arguable whether they're making more money, because I feel like there's a lot of people who buy a Switch because the fact that you can't get it anywhere else.
Fair enough. I mean, I bought like the Switch entirely to play Smash Ultimate, which...
And then that didn't turn out good.
Yeah, no, I hate Smash Ultimate. But I still own that Switch, and I have Breath of the Wild on it, and I'll play that eventually.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild's definitely worth it. One of the better,
Switch games?
Yeah, Switch games. I was gonna say the best open world game period, almost, I would say. But, like, it doesn't have that many contenders.
Okay.
I was like, Skyrim's cool.
But it's
I wouldn't
not
say
good.
it's good.
It's like, it's fun. I love the game Skyrim. I also hate it, but more on that in a future time. I love the game Skyrim, but it is not very well designed. And that's why it's good, because you can break the hell out of it.
Yeah.
So, going back to power-ups. The lasagnas are just super mushrooms. Not every...
Why did they have 2 uses?
The what?
Oh, is the chef hat do that? The lasagna, it didn't have a 2 next to it. You got 2 uses.
Did I?
Yeah, I think you did.
I never noticed. Probably because I've always had the chef hat.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a Viking hat.
I was not expecting... So, those spaceships, those flying saucers, are the game's blue shells. And basically, it's a 1 in 3 chance you get the correct one. So, if you don't get the correct one, it pretty much lifts you up, as you might see up here. Yeah, see, he didn't pick the correct one.
What an idiot.
What a fool. A foolish...
You should kill him.
I could. I'm pretty sure that's normal.
Oh my god, don't even get me started on Nermal. The things I could say about Nermal. I don't think this video could get monetized if I talked about Nermal.
I don't think it's gonna get monetized, period.
Well, yeah, but like... Especially if I talk about stomping Normal's lifeless body into nothing. There'll be nothing left of Nermal after I'm done with him. That piece of garbage.
Oh.
That piece of
Wait, what happened? Oh, okay.
That piece of gray trash. I'm gonna wrap him up in a blanket and then hit him against a wall.
Can I quote you on that?
I mean, like, yeah, you can. I want people to know my hatred for Nermal.
So, okay. I'm probably...
Wasted that red
yeah,
shell.
I did, but it's okay.
You lost because of it.
That's fine.
Is it?
So the pies in this game function as both pies and banana peels. It really just depends on which way you throw it. If you throw it forward, it functions as a red or a shell. If you throw it backwards, it functions as a banana. I like it. It's a pretty cool way to make a rather mediocre item a lot more useful by giving it some variety. The blue shells in this game give you a 1 in 3 chance to actually like... I know, but...
Stupid.
Hey.
Useless.
Not as useless as normal, am I right? By the way, this is the shortcut I was talking about.
Yeah, if you boosted into it and then you spam jump, you would have gotten to it much faster.
Well, sleep happened.
Yeah, maybe get better.
So sleep is by far the worst thing about this game. Like, the game's a little buggy. I won't deny that. Flashback to like when we fell off, or when we got like out of bounds when we were on the map still.
Yeah.
But the game's a little buggy, but sleep is by far the most boring power-up in this entire game. Because it doesn't do anything aside from make you go slower, and it only has the one use. It's literally just a more boring Thunderbolt.
I think the time is variable. Because there's a hat that makes it so you can only be asleep for 4 seconds.
Okay.
Well, you're getting very lucky with these until you're an idiot.
Hey, you're an
You
idiot.
can probably jump over that instead of having to slow terrain.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna boost.
I see.
So this game's pretty cool at snaking, and I'm gonna show you up here, I believe, one of the coolest things to use the spring on. But that's why spring is cool, because it's like the shortcut machine. It's like the shortcut item. It's just a pretty cool item to have, and it's honestly just a really cool idea for a kart racer. So what I currently have is the gem, and the gem is kind of like 3 different items wrapped into one. Basically, it's like a bomb, first and foremost. Fuck. But it's also a thundercloud, or not a thundercloud.
Kinda.
It's like the one thundercloud from Wii, where if you hit someone, they get the thundercloud. So it's like that in that respect. What else? What else is it? It's like... Oh, also a POW, because if you jump enough... No, never mind, it's not like a
Never
POW.
managed to do that, it just never...
No, I've managed to do it a few times, but when we played, nah. Just,
Agony.
when you weren't looking.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And that's the basic gist of all the items in the game. That's Garfield Kart. That's the core gameplay of Garfield Kart.
Oh boy.
Pretty much. I guess we can... I'll play the first one.
I'm down to do this one.
Okay.
So, I guess so, second thing on the list was, I believe it was something along the lines of watching speedruns before you play the game. That's
Okay.
from the first podcast, I think. Is that you and Scott were talking about how you don't spoil yourselves on speedruns.
Right.
And I do.
Okay.
Generally. Like, I think I watched the speedrun, or at least listened to the speedrun of Sekiro before I beat Sekiro.
Really?
And that is one of my favorite games.
Okay.
I could go on a tangent about that.
You
about
could.
Sekiro and Dark Souls.
That's also... Oh, I mean, Dark Souls is on your list, I believe. Well,
No.
loosely.
You're wrong.
It was mentioned.
Sure. Yeah, but, so, Sekiro and Dark Souls... No, back to the original speedrunning for it. I'm not going on that tangent. I could talk about it for literally this entire episode.
I'm sure of it.
That glance really just tilted me. I don't know why you did that. Don't fucking look at me. Yeah, so, I just frequently watch them, because to me, it is so usually removed from what the gameplay actually is. Like, in Sekiro, they fought, like, the main bosses, but the way to get to them wasn't obvious. The order wasn't what they would normally do it in.
Okay.
And just overall, you couldn't actually get a good picture of what the game is really all about from a speedrun.
Well, I think that really does depend on the game. Because some games are literally just playing through the main story, but faster.
Oh yeah, if you like did a Danganronpa speedrun, then I'm sure that would be almost exactly like playing the game.
It is, but like you don't read any of the text. It's like quite literally. I actually did watch a Danganronpa speedrun after beating the game, and all it was you holding the skip text button for like 4 hours.
Oh my god.
That's it. Like,
that is horrid.
I don't know why anybody would speedrun a visual novel, but they did. By the way, the reason he doesn't want me to talk about Danganronpa is because I talk about it a lot.
We've talked about it at length.
Yeah.
And it just never really interests me.
Yeah. Which I love Danganronpa. The third one is probably my favorite story-driven game. It's like in top 10 for sure. It's probably one of my favorite story games. I like it more than I like New Vegas, which you probably would have. Well, you wouldn't have something to say.
I have no idea. I haven't played Danganronpa for all I know I could.
Right.
I don't want that bomb that hit me desperately.
Yeah, but that would have been. Actually, I don't even think that would have been good because you wouldn't have gotten like the boost from it.
Yeah, but still, it's decent. Also, that's a speed tech on the stages. You don't take that boost on the ramp. It's way slower.
Yeah, and going for the item as well. They're both pretty slow. But anyways, I do like Danganronpa V3 more than Fallout New Vegas. And I believe you do have a couple of things to say about New Vegas.
Yeah, more or less. I just think that it's like one of the best, definitely the best Fallout game by far. Like not even close.
Have you played the first two?
No, but like I mean of the Bethesda
the 3D ones.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because it's just so you can get so immersed in it, and it has like a better environment and more choices to make than the third one or the fourth one for that matter.
All right.
Though it has some flaws in that the shooting is obviously just way worse than the fourth one.
Yeah, the shooting's not very like the gameplay of it's not the greatest.
I hate. So the drifting in this game, it doesn't actually like. You'll notice that it's a jump to start drifting. It doesn't actually take effect until after. I'm literally gonna lose off of
You're
this.
gonna lose. You've lost.
You
suck, dude.
This
you
is
suck.
agonizing.
You suck.
So
Get good.
the drifting doesn't take effect until after you've hit the ground off of that little jump. So you can actually change the directions of your drift that you would want to go by thinking that your drift has already started.
Okay.
Which is pretty horrid, all things considered.
Fair enough.
That is agonizing. I got used to it on my controller, but this is not my controller anymore.
That's true. It's not your controller.
It isn't. Not one bit.
So, what's...
I'm not actually retarded, for the record.
Can I quote you on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's, I could understand how you could get the picture of that from this podcast. Because I kind of act retarded and I sound a little retarded, and then Aaron just acted like I was really retarded.
True.
Okay. Thought the hitbox would stay on the ground for that. I don't know why.
So, Fallout New Vegas. I've put in a good amount of time in New Vegas. I think I have about... It ranges from like 50 to 100 hours.
I think I have about the same at this point.
The worst part about the game is by far the caravan. I don't know if you've actually played it.
Is that the DLC quest?
No, that's the card game.
Oh yeah,
that asks
caravan
you
is
to
just
play
god awful.
I don't understand it still. I've played like a good 20-something games at least.
I just never even tried.
I don't blame you. It's by far the worst part about the game. I do not understand it in the slightest.
Why would you ever play it, though?
I wanted to complete the game.
Oh yeah, there's achievements for it, huh?
Yeah, there's like play X amount of games, win X amount of games.
Got too jiggy with it there.
And win more games. And like, if you look at my Steam page, the achievements list, I'm pretty sure the only achievements I don't have is like spare one of the DLC guys from the White Legs.
Oh.
And play games of Caravan.
Yeah.
And those are like the only couple of achievements I don't have.
That was fortunate.
It was.
So, is it recent? So, I stopped playing it because I just didn't want to finish the Mount Zion DLC.
Oh, okay.
And there's no way to just get out of it.
No, I told you. You just gotta kill people.
Well, yeah, but I just don't wanna.
Fair enough. The Mount Zion DLC is not really that good.
I mean, like, it's cool that it's... Obviously, the developers just took a vacation there. I kind of like that aspect, but it's just like, huh, they definitely just went here.
Basically, for all those that don't know anything about Fallout New Vegas, Mount Zion DLC is like going from the city to literal cavemen.
Yeah.
It exists in the sense that it exists.
No!
By the way, red shells in this game, completely wonky.
Slow, very slow.
They're slow and inaccurate.
Did I just tie Agony?
Kick him.
I might. He's a mouse, I'm gonna stomp on him. So, was it you who was over at Scott's house when he split that mouse in half with a shovel?
What?
Okay, he explained the story to me, and he was like, one of my friends was over, and there was a mouse in my closet, and he was like, oh yeah, there's only like 1 or 2 ways to deal with this mouse, and then he took out a shovel and split it in half. So I just royally fucked up that shortcut, but I also hit that wand.
Yeah, you got from 6th to 5th place. Wowee.
Well, 6th very far behind to 5th.
You weren't that far
contention.
behind. If you were far enough to... If you got a wand, you weren't that far behind.
I suppose.
Especially in round 1. Let's see. I want an Ice Climbers game.
I really don't.
I want a 3D collectathon Ice Climbers game that takes place on a mountain.
That'd be cool for them. This controller is agonizing. Can I point out?
No.
The button is too easy to press in. The stick button, I mean.
Get better?
I could just get better.
Honestly.
But, like, that skill wouldn't even be that useful. Oh my god. Oh my god. My day is ruined.
And my disappointment is immeasurable.
It indeed is.
I believe
What do you
that's
think about that guy?
I only know him for that quote and the time
He got
that he-
stalked.
I'm sure of it. I also know that, like, there was a time where he witnessed a carjacking and then, like, in the middle of his video, and then continued to do the food review.
I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Stop a carjacking? I mean, like...
Especially looking like the way he does.
Yeah, dude, what the... You couldn't pay him to stop a carjacking. Because he just couldn't.
Pretty much.
What is he gonna do? Call the police? No, he isn't trying to get shot.
I think that was, like, what happened. Like, police were there stopping something.
Oh. Oh, then
And
he's
he
gonna
just-
put
he
in the
just, like-
nappy timeout zone. You can't drift in the nappy timeout
Yeah,
zone.
that's why it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it just takes out... There was a daily where you weren't allowed to drift, and that was just as horrible.
That sounds horrible. It's like taking away the most fun aspect of the game.
Yeah, just a little.
So I think on your podcast, or on your, like, list of things you want to talk about, you mentioned, like, the podcast that I am most looking forward to.
Yeah.
I can't really say for certain. You won, by the way. That's you.
I did.
And that's your mortal enemy, John.
No.
You're right.
Normal.
No.
That's a normal.
That's
lease.
Mouse.
Well, it's a normal lease.
How far along are we? I gotta check. We're 30-something minutes in.
How long is this supposed to be?
I try to get it like an hour.
Okay, we're running out of time rapidly. An hour isn't even that
Oops,
long.
I already got this. I'll swap it. I got wacky spoiler.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. I wonder what the wacky spoiler is going to be.
That's like when people would be like, "Oh, Batman dies in Endgame." What a wacky spoiler, bro.
Dude, Batman's parents got shot?
Dude, that's a wacky
Wacky.
spoiler.
I can't believe Batman's Bruce Wayne.
What a wacky spoiler. You don't have the puzzle pieces on this map? What are you, dumb?
I don't think you have any of the puzzle pieces.
I have like a few. The ones I just got on accident.
Oh, by the way, the boosts in this game, so in Mario Kart, you can, like, hit the accelerate button before, like, the game counts down and you get a small boost at the beginning. You don't in this. Oh, what you gotta do is you gotta pay cash, or not, like, actual cash, but, like, in-game currency to get a boost for a race. It's stupid, but it's funny.
It's a little funny. They give it to you in time trial, so I'm not that angry about it.
Yeah, they give it to you in time trials, and it's, like, I don't even think there's a way to get in-game currency, like, purchase it. So
it
it's...
might be, I'm not sure.
I don't think so, though. Because even still, like, the boosts don't cost that much money.
Yeah.
They cost, like, five coins a piece. That's not a shortcut. That's where one of the
I
puzzle pieces
forgot.
is hidden.
I'm retarded. Okay. So, I guess we should probably, like, speed run out the list, basically.
Nah. I still haven't talked about, like, the podcast I'm looking most forward to. I have absolutely no clue. I can tell you which one I'm not looking forward to, though.
Cody?
Him... Okay, two of them. It's, like, him and Richard.
Oh my god.
Because, like, Richard is scatterbrained to a T. It is impossible to keep him on subject. I once hung out with him and one of his friends who, like, has a similar disposition to him. And I don't think they stayed on the same topic for more than, like, 20 seconds. And maybe they were just moving too fast for me. Like, it was a DBZ fight, but with words. But, like, it just... They literally went from, like, politics to Thanksgiving to something else, to cars, to, like, women, and then, I think, animals? In the time span of less than 5 minutes. And I like to think I'm a well thought out guy, somewhat well spoken.
They would just rapid fire their points at you, and then you couldn't do anything about
It was just like, yeah, turtles. No, dude, that was like 2 conversations ago. Get with the program. And that's just like, it's gonna be a nightmare to try to get him to, like, stay on point.
Am I getting lapped?
Oh my god. You're terrible.
I guess.
This is supposed to be like the easiest one.
No, it isn't. I keep on missing turns because, like, they don't have the course marked.
Oh yeah, that's another very fun thing about this game. It's like objectively, the quality of this game is worse than Mario Kart, but I still like the game.
Yeah.
Feature-length review coming soon.
5 minutes. I don't know how that was there when I was in 4th and the person in 3rd got hit by that. I don't know how every CPU up to that point avoided that, but that
Probably
one
did the jump.
It must have, I guess.
But, so the podcast I'm also dreading is because Richard really cannot play games and talk at the same time.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, Evan had that problem, though.
Yeah, but, like, the difference is Evan
was off his meds. What's the difference?
Well, that and he could still talk. Richard couldn't even play Goat Simulator and talk. It's like desperate times. But you got 3rd, not 6th.
I'm gonna cry.
But
better than this.
I was playing Goat Simulator with Richard and having him play, and I would talk to him. He'd be like, oh, yeah. And then just stare blankly at the goat. So it's going to be kind of hard. It's going to be kind of hard.
You know the horse in Adventure Time where it's like, this thing got doo-doo brain? You should probably cut that out. And then
The horse in Adventure Time?
Yeah, it's an episode in Adventure Time where it just has this dead behind the eyes look, and they keep on saying that he has doo-doo brain.
I do not remember that episode. The only horse I remember is James Baxter. So, okay, James Baxter, his, like, whole thing is, like, he rolls around on a beach ball, and all he does is say James Baxter. And it gives, like, happiness.
Yeah, I remember him.
And, like, it makes everybody happy around him. Pretty metal. Pretty metal.
What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, So you really don't have one that you were excited for?
Not particularly, because, like, I got a couple of ideas. I'm probably going to, like, start doing actual interviews. But
with actual, like, people who matter.
Yeah, like, people who have seen stuff, not, high school kids.
Yeah.
That I know. But the problem with doing those is, like, I can't just ask them to, hey, you want to come to my house and play video games for an hour? When it's, like, the mayor of a town or something.
I mean, like, you could.
I don't want them, though. Because, like, some of the people that guy got fucked.
That guy's dead.
That guy got
he stopped
fucked.
moving for no reason.
I don't want to invite, like, some old guy who, like, oh, there's a puzzle piece there. Get it next time.
No.
Do it.
Not throwing the race for your twisted greed.
No, you're going to end up screwing yourself over in the race.
I could.
You will.
I mean, like, I might.
Anyways. But, like, I don't want to invite some random guy over to my house who, like, has a couple of stories, because I don't know him, and I'm not exactly comfortable with him. So the idea is I pull out my handy-dandy garbage laptop that I use for college. I have Audacity on it, so I just bring a mic somewhere, set up the mic, and just interview him at, like, a library or something, and then slap some gameplay onto it. So, like, people have something to watch while, we're talking about the Peace Corps. Or what does teaching mean to you?
It's gonna be.
Yeah. Someone.
I'm aware. That pineapple is just useless in every regard.
It is.
You can't even hold on to it. It's like a stick of butter.
Oh, there's 2 puzzle pieces right next to each other.
Yeah, you should feel bad.
I guess. Oh, you just got fucked.
What a bastard! Well, I didn't get stunned by it because of that. That was almost better to get hit by that.
It was still cool, though.
He comboed me, yeah, but like...
Yeah, you got womboed, and comboed, and Pablo'd.
True. Escobar.
He's a person.
Indeed.
He exists.
Sure that he was an alright guy.
I actually don't know who that is, though.
Really, like, powerful drug dealer who was, like...
Oh, yeah. Okay. Morally okay. Best way to describe him. But yeah, no, I don't really have a podcast that I'm looking forward to. Just those that I'm dreading.
How did I come in... Oh, wait, no, that's the...
Yeah. The game hasn't ended yet, kiddo. You still got a chance.
That was only the second race. Feels like I've been doing this for 10 years.
Because you've been playing for 10 years.
I'll bring up the list again.
Here, I will.
Okay, perfect.
I'll show you how it's done, kid.
So... Really? Oh, wait, yeah, we skipped over things. So, the golden age of Source games is kind of, like, something that I'm very glad I got to experience.
Okay.
Growing up. Because me and my brother, we got into PC gaming pretty early. I don't even know how we did. Like, honestly, it's kind of astounding. I think it might have literally just been Terraria. Might have been Terraria's fault. Yes, I see it as a negative thing.
Me too. I also see Terraria as a negative thing.
But yeah, so we got into PC gaming early. And then one of the first games I got was Gary's Mod. Which, long story short, I have like 3,000 hours on that game now.
That is a long story short.
Which is kind of sad and pathetic, but you know. Aside from that, we also played like Counter-Strike Source and Half-Life, obviously, and then Team Fortress 2. We basically got to experience a large portion of like the golden age of Source games.
When they were popular, like more popular.
Yeah. Well, none of them have really died yet, which is honestly pretty shocking. I also remember playing Left 4 Dead, which is kind of cool. And so, yeah, it was like source modding and like shit like that probably caused a lot of my interest in like programming and shit like that nowadays.
Okay.
Because I've been able to see the things that like these actually like pretty talented people are able to do in like Gary's Mod and like Counter-Strike Source, and even just his games, they were really good. Like Counter-Strike Source, that shit was insane on the community servers.
Right.
Where it was just basically a very fun TDM, where for some reason the last people always decided to knife each other to death.
Okay.
It was pretty like overall an experience I was very glad to have, because I feel like it shaped my palette on games, I guess. My palette to be more refined on games. Because, like, compared to, like, people who played Call of Duty and all that when they were, like, 10, I feel
they're
like...
still playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And FIFA and Madden.
Which is quite interesting.
Yeah, I don't really like those games.
Yeah, they're quite obviously, like, not on the same level as, like, other games. Here we are playing Garfield, but...
Right.
That's kind of a testament to, like, it makes you more open-minded about the games that you play.
True.
Because it's like jailbreak servers on Gary's Mod, jailbreak servers on CSS, and like surfing, all that shit, all the neat shit.
No.
Community game modes. Oh my god, you're a fool.
You
should just die. Just die. Yeah.
I hit myself with my own blue shell.
But yeah, that's basically all that I have to say on that topic, is that we got all this really sick shit just by happenstance of in a Game Informer magazine Terraria existed. Terraria is a really good game too.
I forgot that Game Informer was a thing.
I know, it's wild.
I remember, like, my only, like, memory of that is my brother used to get them. And I opened them up one day because I always like to see the pictures. Because I was, like, 10, probably less.
Literal toddler.
Yeah, 10.
Quite stupid. You can jump over that.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Like, if you just boost over the edge, it gets you over it, and then you cut out this entire loop. Oh, man, you feel like an idiot right now, don't you? I knew about that one. You didn't.
Shut up.
I'm better than you.
Shut up.
Yeah, Game Informer, though.
But, like, I remember seeing an article about, like, people slapping Brawl as the bad one in, like, Smash Bros. And that was, like, the only Smash Bros. I had. And I loved that game as a kid. I still love it now, but for different reasons. And I was pissed because, like, no, this isn't a bad game. It's super cool. There's, like, Pokemon and Kirby.
Righteous indignation.
As a 10-year-old. I didn't do anything after that. Like, nothing came from that.
Set it down.
Well, they don't like the game. Yes, I'll forget. It took me a while to realize that Melee and Brawl were different.
Yeah, I think I had that realization, too, that there was more than one Smash game.
I also had that realization that Samus Aran wasn't a guy in Melee. Because I thought, like, the Metroid person was different depending on the game.
I think we played Metroid Prime before we played any of the Smash Brothers, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, you just fucked that up. You should feel bad.
Maybe I will.
You could have reversed and that would have been faster. It would have been fun. You know, you gotta bump into the wall a few times. I get it.
Yeah. Gotta establish dominance on the wall.
Yeah, so, I guess the most interesting one that you read off of the list is probably Religion and the Golden Road. I wanted a general discussion of religion, but we're kind of running out of time.
Well, even still, where would we begin?
Well, I'm more interested in the
That's
mistranslation of the golden rule anyways. So the golden rule from the Bible can either be translated as do unto others as you do unto yourself, or do not do unto others as what you wouldn't want done to yourself, which is a functional difference. Like, a very notable functional difference.
Well, okay. Let me just, like, from what I got from that, it's like, don't do something bad if you don't want something bad to happen to you.
Yeah.
And do something good if you want somebody to do something good for you.
Yeah. Basically. But it only has one of those meanings, and one of them implies more responsibility than the other, which is kind of interesting. And that comes down kind of why, and that can segue into a general discussion of religion.
Oh, by the way, I paused it.
Like, all of it's so old. Well, a lot of it's so old that I can't believe you just quit that. I'm in awe that it's been like sort of like telephone gamed through centuries.
I feel like feeling good about myself. We'll go on 50cc.
50cc first, man.
Let me get a boost. I'll use this boost.
Use the lasagna one. That one's broken.
What even do either of these do? Oh, okay. What does this one do? You're gonna restart. That would have been nice. Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm not very religious at all.
Me neither.
I could understand why people would believe it.
Yeah.
Especially from like.
Oh, I was supposed to choose a boost. God.
I guess
damn
if
it.
I had one of those personal, I've just talked to God experiences, it would be a little bit different, huh?
Right. Which I don't think I've talked to God.
I wouldn't say I have either. But like, I've talked to people who said that God spoke to them on a day, which is weird.
Okay.
It felt weird to me. I guess it wouldn't be weird to them if they truly
believed it.
Well, yeah, the way that they explained it is it isn't like you hear a voice, because then you're just schizophrenic, and that's obviously schizophrenia.
Right.
But they were saying to me that it was more like a sign and a series of signs that they could only realize because they were at a really low point in their life.
Okay.
And to me, I can't really disprove that in any way. And it isn't necessarily like the Christian God or anything like that, so you can't poke holes in their moral philosophy.
Right.
If it isn't necessarily the God that you think it is. You didn't actually clear that. You just got lucky. You should feel bad.
I really do wish the spring could clear those, though.
I think it can with the highest tier spring hat, but... back to my talk on religion after talking about Garfield. Okay. But yeah, that's why I'm not like... I used to be really critical about people who are like following it. I used to call them stupid and shit, but that doesn't really make sense at all.
Yeah, right.
Because for one, I'm not going to change anybody's mind like that. Wow, you are just the biggest bastard on the planet today, aren't you?
A little bit. If only I could do this while actually racing.
If only.
In the drag races that I totally do, because I am a hipster thug.
You're very cool.
Look at my outfit.
Everybody who races in our town is just horrible. You ever noticed that?
I don't even, like, at the actual raceway, or just in general?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Like, closely follow it. They're just kind of low of the low in this town.
A little bit. Is that all you wanted to say about God?
Basically. Is that my opinion on it changed since I wrote this, probably.
Okay. Fair enough.
Which is kind of interesting. And I also had a few other moments like that, where I used to unironically really hate Muslims. But I realized that it wasn't them doing all of the god-awful things the religion has them do and the religious authority has them do.
Okay.
It's more the religion that they're born into, and if they leave, all their family stops talking to them.
Right.
So they can't really do anything about it if they want to continue living their life.
In that regard, yeah.
Yeah. And that's... And, like, my opinion on that is kind of, like... It's so, like, such a gray area, because I feel like they should be allowed to follow that religion, but there should be, like, almost a level of distance from your own religion, where it's like, the fact that like, half of us want to kill apostates is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, kind of like, maybe we should change.
Maybe we should examine our views when we want to kill people who leave our religion. Maybe we should examine our views when we want to kill gay people. I don't know.
That would probably be nice.
Just maybe. But it just doesn't exist there, because questioning it is so baked out of them from a young age.
Yeah, they've been indoctrinated from the sounds of it.
Yes.
I haven't really looked into it much myself, but I try not to think bad things. It does wonders for your mental health.
Well, I mean, like, obviously, you are a better example of that than me. But I just don't care about thinking bad things like that.
Okay.
Like I don't understand what you really mean by thinking bad things. Like,
well, it's just like in today's world, or actually in the world as a whole, you can never really live a good life because regardless of the life you live, you are almost always taking something from somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's a thought that I've had recently. That's just something I have to live with. I can't exactly like change that. I can't like stop living a good life because then I'm still taking like something from somebody else, just from a different person, so to speak. Like if I stop feeding into the capitalist machine, I'm not taking away from the capitalists. It's just one less person buying stuff. What I'm taking away is from the people like me, the average taxpayer, who's literally benefiting me.
Mm-hmm.
I am like surviving off of other people's, not lack of wealth, but lack of authority in their own lives.
Yeah.
And if I do feed into the machine, I am enabling not slavery, but horrible working conditions that can be likened to slavery. Like,
and literal slavery in some places.
Yeah. It's a no-win situation where you're only really forced to not think about it. And that kind of depressing.
Well, it's more, you as an individual won't make a difference, but if we as a culture started emphasizing not spending your money frivolously and just making sure that you don't buy these products that are made in like China, or like where they mine fucking tungsten for car batteries using like 10-year-old Malaysian kids.
Right.
If we as a culture just started going, wow, this is literally the worst thing that's happening on our planet right now, then I think that we'd all be better off. But a single person can't make that difference.
And also, it would, you'd have to convince the people who only seek out, or who like, will shriek and moan at the mildest of inconveniences.
Well, they literally wouldn't if you pointed out that their inconveniences are literally causing people to starve.
Yeah, well, no. Some people will.
Some people will, but you have to be, like, obviously, you have to be past the point of trying to be a good person. You have to just accept being a hedonist, or, like, not a hedonist, because that's kind of a dirty word. Even though it just means, like, your philosophy is that pleasure is, like,
right.
Your point. But, yeah, I guess that would be literally them. But, my point is that, fuck. Even them, they would have to accept the fact that they're no matter what a good person at that point. Like, they are never gonna be a good person again. If you willingly choose to do that when the society is, like, asking you to, then you are both going against societal norms to be a bad person.
And also, you're not a good person.
Yeah.
But even still, you can't convince the masses because the masses don't care.
Well, yeah, it's like, let me go out and buy my Call of Duty game every single fucking year.
Yeah, let me go, like...
It's just a less effort.
Let me buy a new brand of Nikes for, like, $100 that I'm going to shelf on the next... Like, I'm going to, like, shelf after, like, a month of wearing them.
Yeah, and then that can go back to the golden rule, too, where it's don't do unto others as you don't want done to yourself. Well, how far does that go?
Okay. Tie it in.
Because if you buy those brands of Nikes, like sewn by like a Malaysian 10-year-old in a sweatshop who, if they didn't do it, their fingers would be cut off, are you responsible for the suffering that they've caused? Or I wouldn't think so, because there would be ways to do it without that.
Well, even still, a thought that I've had recently is building capital. Because I took an economy class, and one of the primary things that you need as a country to build capital, or just in general to build capital, is a very cheap workforce.
Mm-hmm.
If we stop buying stuff, or if we like...
Well, the minimum wage in our country is problematic. Like, there needs to be a minimum wage, but not as high as we have.
I'll touch on that in a moment. But if we stop buying things that benefit these countries, those countries can't build capital.
Yeah.
And what's happening for
well,
those countries...
Well, it doesn't benefit those countries. They
yeah,
give them barely enough to eat.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
It
That's
benefits
true.
the countries overall, like the government. It doesn't benefit their citizens at all.
In the short term. In the long term, eventually, the citizens are going to be fed up. They're going to see, like, these wealthy and fat government officials or, like, celebrities, high-ranking members of society, and they're going to say, hey, you have food, share. And they're going to revolt, but they still have the capital that was built from the country before.
You know, which is kind of interesting, because that's kind of like the class struggle that Marx wrote about a little bit.
Okay.
That it's, like, guaranteed to happen.
Oh, yeah. Like, even in communism, it's still going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's like the class struggle is going to happen regardless of what civilization you are in. And building capital is also going to happen.
Well, it's kind of interesting, because there are certain civilizations that didn't have it. Like, the natives before we got to America didn't really have class struggle.
Yeah.
You could say that because they didn't have civilization, they were hunter-gatherers. Even though some of them did.
Right.
And they didn't have class struggle, really. That's just agonizing, what I just saw.
Okay, so I've done that shortcut once, and that was to beat Scott Barely for first place, and he was pissed.
So, I guess, so how much time do we got left?
Hold on. We have, we can go over an hour. Yeah, we have 5 minutes left before the hour mark. After that, I don't want to have it too long after an hour, but it's fine if we go.
We do, 2 more points, I guess.
Well, no, I don't think we're done on this point, because building capital is synonymous. Oh, hell yeah, we got the glitch.
Oh, yeah, Ulta for the game.
So basically, this glitch is you can't do anything, and your progress for the last thing that you did sometimes isn't saved. So I have had to re-platinum 2 different time trial maps, both of which were very difficult to do because of this glitch.
Oh shit, Random Garfield just posted a new thing on Twitter.
Woohoo!
A candy lollipop, a Garfield headbutt.
I cannot believe it.
I'll screenshot this so you can put it in the video.
Thank goodness. We can just we can look at the Steam. Do I want to look at the Steam community?
No, that's a bad idea. Let's point in there.
It is, but I'm doing it.
Of course. I didn't charge my phone before I came.
I have only one kidney left.
Oh.
But so building capital, it's you need to do inhumane things in the short term to.
Well, you don't need to.
If you want a better standard of living for everyone, like what America has, then you need to have capital. And the only way to get capital is if you have a cheap workforce. And if you play your cards right. It's not a guarantee just because you have a cheap workforce.
Well, yeah, if you want what America has, but if you want the bare minimum, then you don't need to do inhuman atrocities.
That's true. But how many people do you know that want the bare minimum?
I would be fine with the bare minimum.
Okay, you and everybody, or you and who else?
I think that, maybe Evan would be fine with it.
Maybe Evan, and then, nobody else.
Logan would be fine with it, too.
I'll take your word for it. I don't really know him.
Yeah, I think Cody would be fine with anything other than what we currently have.
No, I feel like Cody's the kind of guy to ultimately be dissatisfied.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't see people being fine with the bare minimum. Because the only culture that was fine with it, and this is from a very poor understanding of their culture, but the Native Americans, I don't have a very decent understanding of their culture, but they didn't develop because they were fine, or they were, for the most part, happy. I think eventually they would have developed as warfare progressed between the tribes, but the reason that they were so underdeveloped by the time the Europeans came around was because they didn't have to develop to combat their tribes.
Yeah, it was in a way better, because they didn't have to. The problems that we're dealing with now are a direct consequence of us progressing.
Yeah.
The list of nuclear close calls is an interesting thing to read, because it's literally a list of the times the world almost ended on accident. Which is very interesting, because that's obviously a direct accident from us entering the nuclear age and making nukes and learning how to split atoms and all that.
Right.
Is that we could end the world on accident.
Yeah, we could.
And then there's this thing with global warming, where it's to the point where it might be irreversible at this very moment. We might not be able to fix what we've done.
That bodes well for the future.
And then it just keeps getting worse, and we have no way to change it, because too much money talks to too many people.
Yeah. So it's a situation where the only thing you can really do is just laugh. Just yeah. It's just you can't be sad about it, because
headbutt candy lollipop.
for reference, he sent me a DM, and I tried to figure out what the DM was. But you can't really, like, you can't really think about it, because thinking about it's not going to accomplish anything aside from making you sad. The world's
doesn't
in
make
a...
me sad that much.
Well, you're a terrible person.
I think it depends on... There's literally, like, in the 5 intelligences, like, you know that stupid, like, kind of pseudoscience-y thing.
Maybe?
Well, it's kind of like a personality test, basically.
Okay.
One of them is, like, nihilistic thought. Is that what you'd call it? No, existential.
Alright.
And I think some people are just better at... You didn't take the plastic wrap off of that one part on your motherboard, and I am so angry about it that I stopped mid-sentence.
Wait, what part?
The plastic wrap is still on that. No, on the motherboard. The thing that says Auroros.
It has plastic wrap?
Yes, you could tell.
Oh my god.
I can't believe you didn't take that off. I'm so angry.
I didn't... Oh no.
What?
I didn't hit record.
No, it says stop recording. You recorded.
Wait. Oh, I'm stupid.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, everything is fine. Continue.
But yeah, shit, what were we talking about?
I know, but I'm not going to tell you. Dang
existential thought. Yeah. For some people can just do it.
Okay.
Which I just think that that's kind of interesting, because some people are just more geared to it. Maybe it's upbringing. Like, you've just had to... your life has naturally begged those questions before.
Right.
So you've asked them from a young age. Maybe it's not. I don't know, it's hard to say, but some people are just better at other things than other people.
Yeah, I get you.
Alright, so I would say one last point.
Okay.
So, which one do you want it to be, your podcast?
Probably a short one.
Okay.
Because we're past the hour mark.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to get it past an hour and 5.
Which one would you want?
What do you got for me? Let's see. I think... Just like, I want you to define friendship just as a counterpoint to what Evan said last podcast.
So yeah, I remember specifically telling you, I thought that part was retarded.
Okay.
His definition of friendship was something along the lines of, I want them to defend me no matter what I do.
And likewise, I'll defend them no matter what they do.
And I told him to his face that is the dumbest definition for friendship I have ever heard.
Okay, fair enough. So what's yours?
So, my definition of friendship... It's just basically mutual trust and loyalty.
Okay.
Like, there's a certain level of, if you leave me over too little, then we weren't friends in the first place.
Right.
If you stop talking to me because, like, I don't know, I fucked up on a math quiz or something really insignificant and stupid like that.
You said a joke and they blew it way out of proportion?
Yeah, something along those lines. Then we weren't friends in the first place.
Right.
If we don't talk and we never see each other, we aren't friends.
Okay.
If I only talk to you in school because I have to, then we aren't friends. And most of all, it's just like, if we don't even like click on anything and we still talk to each other, I don't know why I'm talking to you, but we aren't friends.
Okay.
Which is kind of like an interesting viewpoint. So I guess I'd define friends as a relationship where you both trust each other, but you can do it in a lighthearted manner.
Trust each other in a lighthearted manner?
Yeah.
That's pretty vague.
Well, yeah, but it kind of has to be, because friendships can vary a huge amount.
That's true. Okay. I get what you mean, and I think that's a good place to end the podcast.
Okay.
Just to summarize, we talked about religion, atrocities, Mario, Garfield Kart, all while playing Garfield Kart. Sound about right?
You're the one making the title.
Fair enough. So, is there anything else you want to add? Anything, like any last minute thing you want to say? You want to shout out to a homie? You want to say a racial... Never mind that.
Oh man, would I love to say a racial... the podcast I'm most excited for is, if you ever do it, it would probably be Logan's. But
Okay.
I don't think Logan's is ever going to happen.
Probably not. I have zero communication with them.
Other than that, it was Evans. Evans turned out not great.
For a variety of reasons.
But to hype up the next one, Cody's is going to be kind of interesting because you guys have drastically different viewpoints.
That is true.
Like, you have, like, almost no common ground. If he still agrees to it. He unadded you on shit.
I know that. I don't know. I think he still will because he's Cody.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely going to be an interesting argument to have. Or it's more so just like I'm going to be very confused at what he's talking about because it's probably going to be like Evan's podcast where
he's
he's
going to bring
like,
up the Jews.
like in first 5 minutes, like the Armenian genocide was actually or something like that. It's going to be absolutely insane. I'm just going to be dumbfounded. Like, how are you still alive? How have you not died yet?
There was one time where he was like actually just spreading misinformation, and I called him on it, and then he got mad.
So that's going to be fun. Yeah. So thank you for watching. This was the Garfield Cart podcast with Owen.
Yeah.
Round of applause for everybody involved. I'd like to
Yeah.
thank the production team, which is me. I'd like to thank the person who came up with the idea, which is me. I'd like to thank the guest, which isn't me. I think that's it.
I would like to thank the person who made the list of questions, which is me.
I wouldn't. Those questions sucked. They weren't even
Yeah.
questions. There wasn't a single question mark.
It was
There
points.
wasn't a single
It was
question mark
points.
on that list.